I think I'm audible to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There was
Okay.
some technical issue. I think that's why. Okay. Hello, ma'am. Okay, we are live. So, hello, good evening, everyone. And we are back again with a wonderful session with a wonderful and very experienced person, Dr. Atul Vyas. Uh, just a minute. So let me first introduce myself. I am Ms. Panna Gandhi. Hello everyone. I am Ms. Panna Gandhi, founder and leader of GEG Surat. And as you all know, GEG is nothing but Google Educators Group, which is always empowering other educators for edtech tools and various other PD sessions as well. And we have with us Ms. Mukta Sablok. Yes, she is having some technical issues. I think that's why her video is off. But again, so hello from Mukta as well, Mukta ma'am as well, the leader of GG Ghaziabad, and we have with us wonderful person, Dr. Atul Vyas. He is an expertise and a teacher trainer with extensive experience of teacher trainings. He has worked with many schools in Gujarat, and of course he is he has been busy with giving a lot of online as well as the face-to-face teacher trainings, and that is commendable what he has been doing. He is a mathematics teacher with a mathematics teacher, CBSE teacher trainer, and many more. So I invite Dr. Atul Vyas. He is also a national teacher trainer with a plus 30 plus research papers he have written, and 150 plus teachers training program he has conducted till now. He is also a famous writer and reviewer for mathematics standard 9th and 10th, that is Gujarat board textbook. So welcome, Mr. Atul Vyas, and I think let's begin with the stage, and you can. The stage is all yours.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Uh, First of all, I would like to thank J.J. Surat and later Panamem through some uh, social media contacts and few conversation. She agreed our session of uh, of my choice, and I have many topics, but I would like to share with you planning planning importance of planning and planning to practice but generally we are doing planning according to the need of our coordinator, our head, our principal. Even our principal ma'am or coordinator told that you should apply few TLMs, few techniques, few games, and we by hook or crook adjust these activities, and we prepared a super planning on paper. But today I'm talking about the practical planning, because we have a plan on paper, but so far implementation concerned, we are totally failed because we are not very much aware about the learning outcomes. Okay, we are using words learning outcomes and pedagogy and so, but in practice we forget all the things when we entered in the classroom, and we started teaching like our own method. So planning is very, very, very important, and I'm just sharing uh, my views about the planning. First,
Definitely, sir. As said, lesson planning is the most important part for us all as teachers, and bringing that learning outcome, focusing
yeah,
on the learning outcome is really, really very crucial. So,
yeah,
as today's session speaks, the planning to practice. he is going to present us how lesson planning can be more effective and
yeah,
how can we better plan our lessons for being an effective teacher in the classroom where learning outcome and student centric education is emphasized and important. So over to you, sir. I'll be at the backstage.
yeah,
Please
yeah, yeah,
continue your
yeah.
presentation.
A
Thank you.
very vital factor in planning is prior knowledge. Generally, we forget about the prior knowledge. Even as ma'am told that I'm one of the writer of the state board textbook of mathematics. Even we are writing in some chapter that you have learned this so and so things in standard 7 or in standard 8. Even we are using such words in the classroom. But we never checked he or she is learned this thing or not. He or she is able to understand the basic concept or not. And we are giving the knowledge of new chapters. Suppose you want to teach polynomials or equations to the students, you must check he or she is aware about the factorization, aware about the simplifications. So prior knowledge is very, very important in planning. So first of all, see, these are the steps, goals and objectives. Uh, Basically, goals, these are the goals and objectives. I'm not talking about the goals and objectives right now, but prior knowledge. Prior knowledge means what you or she learned in the previous year or in previous years. We are not checking this thing, and we are building uh, bricks on and on, but the base is not clear. So we must check the prior knowledge. Then think about the learning outcomes. Then the content, actual content, what we are going to teach them, and which resources we are using. Then planning for the learning activities. Which are the activities? Is it not necessary that in every lesson, in every lecture, you perform some activities, you perform some techniques or used some TLMs, but planning for the learning activities, then procedures and sequence of instruction. These are the hierarchy, these are the sequences, then assessments, then feedbacks, then diagnosis, then remedial work, then revision. These are the basic steps, and every teacher, every principal, every coordinator understand these are the basic steps. But where they failed, let's check. So first, determine what students should learn. What is the aim and objective of this unit? What is the aim and objective of this content? Determine what students should learn, and this is the determination. uh, After that, you will get learning outcomes. Prepare clear and measurable goals and objective. Clear and measurable. Uh, we are building so many goals, but at the end of the lesson or at the end of the topic or at the end of the unit, we can't measure, we can't even find our goal, and we lost our goal. Determine the number of lectures. This is very much important according to the chapter or unit. First, you have to divide your chapter or unit into small part, means into the lectures. Generally what we are doing, planning for the month. Suppose we are planning for the July, we have 22 days in July. So we are just writing that unit 1, we need 10 days. Unit 2, no, no, not at all. You must divide your chapter into the lectures. Lecture 1, what we are teaching. So we are checking the prior knowledge. We are giving some pre-task to the students in the form of games, in the form of activities, in the form of quiz, whatever. So pre-task is very much important, or prior knowledge. After checking the prior knowledge, if required, two or three lectures for the build up prior knowledge. Then after teaching activities will start to determine the number of lectures according to the chapter or unit. Detailed planning for every lecture. You must plan for every lecture. Detailed planning means suppose we are watching a TV serial for the 30 minutes, and actually the part of the serial is not 30 minutes, it is only 17, 18 minutes, 12 minutes of advertisement. Even that, having 18 minutes of that serial or that episode, but serial people use recap and next. So as a teacher, in every lecture, teacher should spare 2 or 3 minutes for what we taught in the previous lectures, and at the end of lecture, teacher should tell them tomorrow or in next lecture we will learn or we will exercise or we will do some more illustrations or do some activities. So in every lecture, teacher have recap and what the next assessment of the students' prior knowledge. Again, I repeat, prior knowledge is very, very, very much important because nowadays, teacher of upper primary are complaining to the coordinator or municipal or management that students uh, have not a basic knowledge. They cannot write properly. They have not knowledge of a basic grammar. They have not knowledge of basic simplifications. We are good at diagnosis. Okay, what they are not knowing, but what you have done. So at the end of year, we are passing the ball. We are passing the students to the next standard, to the next level, to the next level. So assessment of the students' prior knowledge and experience through various methods, just like a questionnaires, just like activities or quiz or so. After that, teaching of prior knowledge by checking the level of prior knowledge through assessment, providing activities accordingly. There is a lack of activities for the prior knowledge, and uh, so student can not have such basic knowledge, and we are teaching them a new subject, new topic, and at the end of the lecture we believe that I have done my part, but it is not done your part. To determine the level of prior knowledge according to the weightage of the unit or chapter, if required, there should be 2 or 3 lecture for the teaching of prior knowledge. This is the key factor for better planning, better lesson planning. Right now, what we are planning a particular lesson, what we are going to teach them. But before that, you must plan for the prior knowledge and give exercises, practice, or worksheets for the prior knowledge. And after that, teaching of prior knowledge, you should teach them a particular content. And after the teaching of content, there should be assessment, evaluation, then diagnosis and remedial work, then revision to determine now learning outcomes. Learning outcomes for the learning outcomes initially we have to plan about the learning outcomes, and learning outcomes means to determine what will be learned at the end of the teaching learning process. Actually, we are not teaching them. We are providing environment to grow them. So what we are giving them and what they are responding. And the response of the student is known as learning outcomes. Sometimes some teacher create hypes in the classroom. This topic is very difficult. This chapter, generally I'm a mathematics teacher and a writer of the textbook. So I'm talking about the mathematics. Some teachers are creating hype for the particular chapters or for the geometry or particular chapter that this is the very difficult chapter. And after creating such hype, students also believe in the teacher. So teaching learning process will be dull. Instead of taking such using such word, this chapter is hard, this chapter is difficult. Let's try to practice more. Let's learn this, and after that, you should plan for the learning outcomes. And learning outcomes means to determine the objective of the chapter or unit. Then choosing learning material and resources. Again, I repeat that it is not necessary to use learning material in every topic, in every lecture, but choosing right learning material and prepared such material with classroom planning. Suppose teacher thought that when I am teaching a particular topic, I will show them this TLM or I will do these activities. Then she entered the classroom and coordinator observing the lesson and asked them, "Ma'am, you have written that you will do this activity, but why you are not doing this activity?" Then there is a big excuse. Ma'am, actually I want to do this activity, but unfortunately I forget these equipments or this material. Otherwise I will. But if you are having a proper lesson planning, proper topic planning, proper lecture wise planning, then you should take or bring these TLMs or activity material with you. Suppose you have written that I will do this activity in lecture number 7. So at the end of lecture 6, you will remember that tomorrow is going to be a lecture number 7, and in this lecture I have to perform these activities. I have to show this teaching learning material, or I have to give this type of practice exercise or worksheets. So you should equipped with such material or activities or whatever you are thinking. But choosing right learning material or resources. Right now we have lots of resources, but unfortunately we are using such resources as a joke or as a game. It's not right platform to discuss, but आज मंगलवार चौको बुखार है. This type of videos and this type of activities uh, are good in market and viral like anything. But these students are not learning anything. If we are measuring learning outcomes of the students, they are enjoying. Such teacher create atmosphere in the classroom. It is good to create atmosphere in the classroom, but what about the learning outcomes? Learning outcomes is nothing. Just student enjoy the company of the teacher, just enjoy the environment of the classroom. Of course, students are attracting to the classroom. Next, I will just planning for learning activities. Learning activities means discuss on lectures, group work, hands-on activities. So you should plan for that. Yes, and this is the vital stage. At this stage, it is very essential for the teacher to develop and plan for pedagogy. Here, maybe I'm different from others, but we are using the word methodology of teaching and pedagogy of teaching. But honestly, one cannot define properly pedagogy. We are even using the word for the teacher. Some for teacher, he or she is a pedagogical teacher. This is the pedagogical method. But what is pedagogy and what is methodology? Methodology means a proper system. uh, One should follow this system, and even methodology uh, are taught in B.Ed and other elementary level. But pedagogy is the art of teaching. Pedagogy is is the art of teaching. So one should develop it. Here, I'm just giving you one example. There are four types of teacher. One is born teacher. Born teacher are pedagogical staff. The other is being teacher. They are trying to be a teacher. They are imitating others. They are copying others. And after of years of copying or imitating a good teacher or ideal role model, they will become a good teacher. Some are becoming teacher. They are pretend to be a teacher, try to be a teacher. Means he or she is working on paperwork or hands-on activities which is performing by other teacher. They are not developing their own pedagogy, but a born teacher or a strong teacher can develop their pedagogy. Even pedagogy means even style, even art of teaching. So teachers should develop pedagogy and pedagogy. Uh, Generally, math teacher, science teacher, even language teacher. Suppose language teacher, suppose a teacher teaching poem to the students, and they uh, used to recite the poem in front of the classroom, even recite with the music, with the help of music teacher. This is pedagogy. This is how teaching. Just like uh, just reading a poem, not reading the poem, but poem is reciting by the teacher. Even if possible, if you or she has a good voice, you use the music, help music teacher. This is the pedagogy. A math teacher doing some hands-on activities with help of origami, with help of models. This is the pedagogy. And pedagogical strong teacher is always a good teacher. So planning of learning activities means planning of pedagogy. Planning of pedagogy of teaching. Next, procedure and sequence of instruction. There are three procedures. Preliminary activity. Preliminary activity means again uh, thinking for the prior knowledge, pre-task, and so on. So how to start the lesson. Then main activities means planning of key learning activities. Then closing activities means how to end the lesson with evaluation, with measurement, uh, with diagnostic test, with unit test, with periodical test, with other activities. These are the closing activities. Then way of measure learning outcomes. Generally, we are using pen paper test or question paper exams, but in some topic we use project work, we use quiz, we used some other activities, and at the end of activity we can measure, we can assess the students that what he or she is learning from this topic, what uh, is the learning outcome. And after assessment of the student, the teacher should plan for the diagnostic test, and after diagnosis he or she has to do some remedial work. Generally, we are missing remedial work. We are good at diagnostic. Sometimes some teachers, even again, I repeat, maybe I'm differ from other, but with a vast experience of 35 year of teaching mathematics and even writing textbook, I'm just asking. We are good at diagnostic. My student is weak in mathematics. My students even don't know basic simplification, basic operations of mathematics. Language teacher also complained that he or she is not writing properly. He was my students have not basic knowledge of grammar. They don't know basic grammar syntax. These are the diagnostic. But what about the remedies? If your student is not writing properly, are you making them write in good manner? If you are not performing simple basic mathematical operations, are you make them? basic performing basic mathematical operations, or make them practicing simplifications, or make them uh, performing factors. No. So we should do some remedial activities, even in form of group discussion. Not every time we are not telling them now again. I'm repeat the topic again. I'm teaching you. Let's talk and talk, doing the group discussion. Some brilliant students can also join in the discussion, and through this discussion, slow learner. We are not telling them poor student, weak student, but slow learner. Slow learner can easily understand the topic through the group discussion. If your classroom around any uh, demand situation is demanding, then peer learning is a good concept. Make a group of 4 or 5 students in a classroom. Uh, One is clever students, means fast learner, and remaining are the slow learners, and the peer learning. Fast learner can uh, teach them, and the other students can learn very well, because uh, peer learning is very good uh, for the classroom, because they are learning from their colleagues, their friends, and they are learning fearlessly. Sometimes some basic topics students can't ask teacher. That's why peer learning is good. After that, one-to-one teaching, teacher ask them to meet me in the classroom, to meet me in 0 hours, zero lecture, and if some diagnostic test suggests that some practice is required, then you should give them assignments, you should give them worksheets, you should give them some practice material. Nowadays, you should use social medias, uh, this, YouTube, and make a practice video, and tell them refer this video twice or thrice. Not writing twice or thrice. Sometimes teacher told them write them 5 times, write them 10 times. It is not a way to teach. It is not a way to uh, do remedial activities. But write down these with different ways, not 10 times, but write 5 times, different ways. This is the, I think, this is the best way to involve them in the classroom teaching, and definitely learning outcome will be fruitful to the school and teacher. Then revision. Revision means give them a test, some activities, some games, some toys, and mind chart. I'm just taking few minutes on that mind chart. Teacher should prepare a mind chart at the end of the lesson. I'm just giving you one example. I think most of us, those who are joining, uh, even if I'm not forgetting, in languages, uh, they are teacher gives some points to the students, and then uh, tell them make a story uh, in our Gujarati or in Hindi. Uh, I'm just telling you this story in Hindi, that एक ऐसा स्टोरी हमारे पास्ट में हमने सबने सुना होगा, पढ़ा होगा, कि एक गांव था, अ, एक आदमी था, 4 लड़के थे, वो अपनी लास्ट टाइम में थे, तो उन्होंने लड़के को बुलाया सभी को, और लकड़ी का एक गठरा दे दिया और बोला कि उसको तोड़िए, तो नहीं तोड़ पाए, एक एक को बोला तो तोड़ दिया. When the moral of the story we all know, but actually I'm just talking that this is the imagination, but what we expect from the students. Students should write such story in such hierarchy. Suppose students में वही फिर से हिंदी में दोहराता हूँ कि एक स्टूडेंट मेरे जैसा नोटी है, तो वो बोल रहा है कि एक गांव था, उसमें एक आदमी था, उसके 4 लड़के थे। वो आदमी ने लकड़ी की भारी मंगवाई। उन्होंने सोचा कि मेरे मरने के बाद मेरा अंतिम क्रिया करने की लकड़ी की व्यवस्था बच्चों को न करनी पड़े, इसलिए मैं लकड़ी उसको दे रहा हूँ। और उसकी डेथ हो गई और बच्चों ने ये लकड़ी से उसको जला दिया। और उसके बाद क्या, तो कि थॉटफुल फार्मर, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता क्या? ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो सकता? हम क्या बताते, व्हाट पॉइंट हमने दी है, और अकॉर्डिंग टू द पॉइंट्स students should write a story. But what mind start suggests, first you teach the lesson, teach the topic, then make a mind chart. Mind chart means a revision. Mind chart means a collection of teaching points in a one board, in a one page, in a one short method. So mind chart or mind mapping is very, very essential at the end of the topic or at the end of the uh, unit. And we we are not giving them ready-made mind chart, but let them prepare the mind chart. Initially, we are just giving them some illustration of mind chart, but after that, you told them make a mind chart, then display the mind chart in school classroom, soft boards, or in, suppose you are having a gallery, then every student sharing their mind chat with other, and they are learning from each other. This is the ultimate goal of the mind chat. And I think uh, I have done my part uh, rapidly, and what I have uh, told to the Panamim, that I will complete my topic in 30 minutes, and you are having few minutes for the question answer, and ma'am will concludes with some activities and AI, use of AI. Even I'm keen to know about the use of AI in lesson planning. So over to ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
We can effectively plan lessons and what are the important points while we are planning a lesson plan for the
Not
students.
audible.
So remedials are important, how what points to be considered, what all things to be ensured in the lesson plan, and what is the best for the learning outcome that that all you have shared in your wonderful session. And really I hope everyone has enjoyed learning today with you about these learning outcomes and lesson planning. So, as promised, and as we are like always famous and a very quickly deal with sessions on integration of technology into education. So, with that in mind, keeping that in mind, I have also designed something for you all audience based on that, that how well even AI can help us in effective planning. So I'll just start and show you a small demo here. So let me just share my screen and just a second. Okay, one second. So I'm going to give you a small demo on Gemini AI, which is like latest in today's trend. So how Gemini can help us in planning our just a second, please.
Yes. So I hope everyone can see my screen and how you can log into Gemini. I think by now everyone has understood. Still, for the newcomers, if you type Google Gemini.google.com into your browser, into your Chrome browser, you can just land on this page which says Gemini. And here on this page you can see Gemini 2.5 flash. This is the latest version which is updated recently. So as Google always keeps on updating their all the features for education, and give us something very effective, and give us more wonderful results based on their updates. So let me show you today how we can effectively plan our lesson plans, keeping all those points in mind what Dr. Atul Vyasa had shared us today. So I have here just to be on a quicker path. I have here an effective prompt. So when we are giving a prompt, everything we should know is we should be best in creating our effective prompt. So if the best we are prompting, prompt engineering is the most important thing. So the best we are, the way we are prompting to Gemini, it is going to give us the best results. So I have copied here, and as you can see what all I have implemented. I'll just give a small reading, and of course, don't worry. I will also share this link to you so that you can refer, or in your later on in our groups, you can get this PDF link, or this links for the effective lesson plan. What all points should you include? So I have written here: generate an effective lesson plan for CBSE class 12. Being an English teacher, I have taken this topic and this as my demo. Class 12 English Chapter 3, Journey to the End of the Earth, focusing on NEP 2020, NCF 2023, SDGs, and CBSE NCRT guidelines. And also, we need to, I've given few specific viewpoints. So now, when we are giving
Prompt. If we are giving an effective prompt with all the detailed guidelines to Gemini, it is going to create a wonderful lesson plan for us. So first we
need to always define what we are. When we are giving a prompt, always we should to the AI model, we should define what we are. So here you can see I have defined my role as I am an expert CBSE English teacher with 15 plus years. Here I've just mentioned like that, but 15 plus years of experience, known for blending humor, empathy, deep content. Then so I've mentioned my uh, just a second please. Yes, so I have mentioned the role, then I have mentioned the task. Let me show you the task. What task I need? Create a 40 minutes lesson plan for grade 12, so and so, so and so. And then strategy model. I have also given them a model, that on what model we are known with a lot of models while lesson planning. We are making use of 5E model for our lesson plan. Then sometimes we design our lesson plan with different strategies. So here the model lesson plan is gradual release of responsibility. This is GRR framework. So this is the framework which I have used for my lesson plan, specifically incorporating the I do, we do, you do instruction model. So that is the model here. Again, I have further mentioned the key requirements, that I want measurable learning goals, then tailoring activities accordingly, then differentiated instructions. I've also mentioned that integrate differentiated learning strategies for level 1, level 2, and level 3 learners. So specifically I've mentioned everything what I want to focus on. Then I've also mentioned what I'm going to focus from this chapter. Okay, I've also mentioned that design a 3-minute entry and exit ticket. And then I've also mentioned that ensure the content scope covers definition, then impact of the chapter, then what are the process and structure and elements of this focus. So I have focused here on travelogue writing. So I have given that instruction as well to Gemini. Plus, here if you can see, you we have a plus sign. So you can even attach your PDF or whatever material, your sources, resources, what you want to attach with, to refer or to include for this lesson plan. So here I have a file, so I can upload and I can add from my drive, both the places I can do. So I right now I am uploading from my drive. I have a lesson plan here on this chapter itself, which I am going to I want the plan for. So here you can see the PDF is already uploaded, and when I just push enter, within few seconds, just few seconds, you can see that what Gemini is writing, it is analyzing right now, then it is preparing. So see, you can see wonderful lesson plan is given to me, writing a travelogue, subject, topic, time allotment, number of students, then everything it is mentioned. You can see assessing prior knowledge and differentiated learning, as Dr. Atul Vyas had shared, that why it is important and what should be done. So here entry ticket, 3 minute entry ticket, which I said I want, that is also mentioned. Then the differentiated strategies is also mentioned. Learning activity is also mentioned. Now in that learning activity, what primary level 5 minute activity is given, then again 27 minutes what should I do at the main stage, I do stage, that is teacher model 10 minutes. That is also break up with that. Within that model, the breakups are also given. Then key elements of travelogue, what I mentioned, that is also given here. Then connection to the chapter is mentioned. Misconception and mitigation of travelogue writing is given. Then CFU focus, so based on all the elements whatever I want, it has uh, elaborated here, it has given here. Differentiated support, the remedial classes, what the most important part after the lesson teaching in the classroom teaching. Remedial plays a very important role after every teaching, because we know that every child is not learning at the same level. So here at different level, what the differentiated support we can give, that also is given here, mentioned here. Then you do, then at the end, closing statement 5 minutes, that is also given here. Exit ticket, as I mentioned, 3 minutes of exit ticket activity is also given. Assessment and remedial activities further in detail it is given. And here it is a complete uh, remedial activity diagnosing errors. With diagnosing errors, a table for tabular form it is given, because I mentioned I want it in the table. So this table itself you can export, as you can see here, export to sheet. So you can export this complete entire table to your sheet, Google sheet or your Excel. You can download it, whatever you want. So it, of course, it exports to Google Sheets, but then from there you can again download or copy paste in your regular Microsoft Excel as well, if you want, if you're working with Excel. Then revision method is given, all the directions are given, so entire thing is given. Here it is also mentioning what are the sources, if I want to further check whether this information which I have got is authentic or not. If I click on the sources, I can get what all sources are there, from where the material is taken. See, so everything is given here, which I have provided and I wanted. So keywords meanings is also given, which I said. Now as you can see, here you can see, if you're not satisfied with certain things, what you can do is redo. You can share completely, you can export this or share directly with the link. You can copy this entire response and paste it in your Word document and then modify as you want. Here you can see more, so even you can listen. This is the new update with Google Gemini. Whatever you have done, if you want to listen it, some as we all know that we are differentiated with learning styles. Many times we understand better when we are listening things. Many of us are like that, even I am like that. So if you want to listen that, you can listen that, and you can just share wherever you want. So currently, as I said, I would just share this conversation, the draft, okay, with you. So if I want to share the draft with you, this complete Gemini draft, I would just click on share, and shareable public link will be created here, and I can copy that link. And as you can see here below, I can share the link on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, wherever I want. So at present, I have copied this link, and I would like to share this with you here in the chat box. So you can refer back if you want. You can refer back what all points I've included and how well we can effectively plan, and how Gemini even help us to plan our. Of course, we all know that that AI is not going to replace us, but it is going to enhance our knowledge and skills, and the results, the outcome of our teachings, or that process of teaching in the classroom will be much better, because everything is enhanced. And I think AI plays a wonderful role. So by now, I think we all have understood that AI is not a replacement for teachers, but it is an add-on, and with the help of that, we can do wonderful things and generate and create wonderful teaching materials for the students, and be more presentable and be more effective in our classroom. Even in our last week's session with Amplify You, which I hope you all have joined and uh, joined with us and learned about that teaching tool also. So that is also a wonderful place, how it has helped us. So I think that's all from us today. And of course, I we are going to share your attendance form. So please do not forget to um, okay, I'll just share you the feedback form. So please, yeah, thank you, ma'am. So here the feedback form is already shared to you. Please don't forget to fill in this feedback form. We are eagerly waiting for your valuable feedbacks. And to avail your certificates, it is very important that you fill in the feedback form, because feedback forms are not shared. It is only given to the people who are joining us live. So thank you once again, and bye bye everyone. Okay, I'm so sorry if anyone has any questions you can ask. I'm just giving you 2 3 minutes more. Please share if you have any questions here. You can type in the chat box if you have any questions. I think there are no questions in the chat box. I hope everyone has liked today's session, and now you will be more effective with your lesson planning after attending us our today's session and having Dr. Atul sir here. So thank you, Atul sir. Thank you very much for today's session, and it was really great with you bringing us these insights of lesson planning. Really, very thankful for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And really, I enjoyed a lot even. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah.